Mid-range Android tablets are becoming harder to find as manufacturers concentrate on the more affordable end of the market. At $199, the 8-inch Huawei MediaPad M3 Lite 8 costs more than twice as much as Amazon's Fire HD 8, but gets you a sharper screen, better speakers, and a more attractive design. Is it worth the extra $120? Maybe if you can't live without access to the Google Play Store or you plan to watch a lot of video. Otherwise, the Fire HD 8 is equally capable and can't be beat for the price. Design, display, and connectivity. The MediaPad M3 Lite 8 is made of polycarbonate and metal, with a white plastic back panel and silver accents around the camera and fingerprint sensor. Measuring 8.4 by 4.9 by 0.3 inches HWD and 10.9 ounces, it's similar in size and weight to the Lenovo Tab 4 8.3 by 4.9 by 0.3 inches, 10.9 ounces, and a bit lighter than the Amazon Fire HD 8.4 by 5.0 by 0.4 inches, 13 ounces. The sleek design and relatively thin body make it easy to hold and keep propped upright when watching videos. View all 8 photos in gallery. There's a power button, volume rocker, and micro SD card slot on the right, and a 3.5mm audio jack on top. A pair of speakers are on the top and bottom for loud stereo audio. Harman Kardon software tuning gives audio a bit more oomph and lets you tweak things to your tastes, but don't expect room-filling sound. A micro USB charging port is on the bottom. The front has a fingerprint sensor, which is relatively rare on tablets in this price range. It also has an 8-inch 1920 by -1200 IPS display. At 283 pixels per inch ppi, it's sharper than you find on low-cost slates like the 1280 by 800 Amazon Fire HD 8189 pixels per inch. Text and video is crisp, with good brightness and viewing angles. The tablet supports Wi-Fi on both the 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz bands, and registered solid double-digit download and upload speeds and good range in the congested wireless environment of PC labs. There's Bluetooth 4.0 for wireless audio. Processor, battery, and camera. The MediaPad is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 435 processor clocked at 1.4 GHz and has 3 GB of RAM. In the Antutu Benchmark, a measure of overall system performance, it scored 45,464, higher than the Lenovo Tab 4 36,595, and on par with the Snapdragon 617-powered Verizon Ellipsis 8 HD 45,684. The 3 GB of RAM is more than you get on any of the aforementioned slates, and allows for a good amount of multitasking, but Huawei's heavy UI layer slows things down. I encountered noticeable stuttering when switching between apps, and it often took a few seconds to launch new ones. Trying to play graphically demanding games like GTA San Andreas wasn't possible due to significant control latency. That said, it's still a smoother performer than the Fire HD 8, and better equipped to run multiple apps without crashes. See how we test tablets. Battery life is solid. The tablet clocked 5 hours 54 minutes when streaming video over Wi-Fi at maximum brightness. That's over an hour longer than the Fire HD 8 4 hours 42 minutes, and while it's a bit short of the Lenovo Tab 4 6 hours 30 minutes, it has a brighter screen. It should be plenty of juice for mixed use on long car rides, but there's no fast charging, so you'll want to make sure you're topped up before setting out to carry a battery pack. Tablet cameras are rarely intended to take great pictures, and the MediaPad's 8-megapixel rear sensor is not an exception. It takes passable photos in good lighting. Color reproduction is on the cold side, with stark whites and some washing out, but noise isn't too bad. In dimmer conditions, there's quite a bit of blurriness and colors are dark and muddy. It records 1080p video at 30 fps, but drops frames in low light and is fairly jittery. The 5-megapixel front camera is a bit soft, but it's fine for video chat. Software. The MediaPad runs Huawei's EMUI 5.1 on top of an aging build of Android 7.0 Lollipop. Older software aside, you'll find an array of visual changes across app icons, the lock screen, notification shade, and settings menu. By default, all of your apps are splashed across the home screens, but you can restore the app drawer in the menu. As mentioned, I noticed some slowdown when switching between apps, as well as visible stuttering when scrolling menus. There are benefits to EMUI though. You can enable a blue light filter to reduce eye strain, change screen color temperature, add a floating software button for reachability, remap navigation keys, lock particular apps or files, and use a built-in storage cleaner to save space. There's a bit of bloatware. Preloaded apps include Amazon Consumer, a Huawei app that just opens a support page, Excel, Facebook, Kids Corner, Lyft, Messenger, Outlook, PowerPoint, SwiftKey keyboard, and Word. These apps can be uninstalled, and you have full access to Google Play, which you don't get on any of Amazon's tablets. Out of 16 gigabytes, you have just 5.8 gigabytes of space available for use, so you'll almost certainly want to add a micro SD card. Conclusions: at $200, the Huawei MediaPad M3 Lite 8 offers a higher quality build and sharper screen than you get with sub-$100 tablets. But I can't quite say it's worth more than twice the price of the Amazon Fire HD 8. The Fire HD 8 offers better parental controls, and while it lacks access to Google Play, Amazon's software is more intuitive and easier to use than stock Android, especially if you use other Amazon services. The MediaPad is a welcome entry in the mid-range tablet department, but it's also an example of why lower-cost options are dominating the market.